What's going on, guys? We just wrapped up another great year of investing in the stock market. I hope all of your portfolios went up a whole 25%. Today, I'm going to show you how easy it is to build wealth. Listen, many of our moms and dads, they weren't rich. Like, a lot of people inherit their wealth, but we are going to be first generation millionaires. There's no reason you cannot be one. So the stock market, it went up 25% in 2024. That's the amount the S&P 500 went up. This is a basket of the 500 biggest and best companies in the United States. So by owning even just a share of the index, you are a mini owner of 500 different businesses now. What an achievement. So if you didn't get at least a 25% return in 2024, it might be time to start asking yourself, what are you doing? I mean, after all, a simple index fund like the SPY, the S&P 500, it makes investing super simple, it makes it super cheap, and most importantly, it makes investing very profitable. So we can just see over time, guys, everything in blue means there was a positive return by year. This is all the way back to 1927. You can see definitely there's more years where the stock market went up than it went down, right? If the stock market was just a 50-50 coin flip every year, people would just go to Las Vegas. They wouldn't deal with the stock market. But the stock market, it generally returns around 7 to 10% every single year. That's why it's a fantastic way to grow wealth over time. You can see there's going to be some years where the market doesn't do that well. There's going to be other years where it goes up by a big amount. You just got to be able to weather the storms, keep the emotion out of it. That's why I love to just be a long-term buy and hold investor. We can see in this poll that I put out a few days ago, around 33% of investors that watch my channel, they actually didn't do as good as the market. The true number was actually probably a little bit higher than that. But YouTube, of course, only allows for 4 options in polls for some reason. Congratulations to all the people that got at least 25% or higher. According to this, 22% of my viewers did better than 30%. That is absolutely incredible. To see your net worth go up that much in just 1 year, absolutely amazing. I'd be surprised if we don't already have some millionaires watching this channel, in addition to all the future millionaires that are watching. So 2024 marked the 7th full year of investing for me. It was another year where I got to really see the impact of cow pounding. This is when your money starts to make more money for you. Here's just a couple of different dates when I hit different milestones in my investing career. You might hit different milestones faster than me or slower than me, but it doesn't matter. The person you are trying to chase and beat is not me, but the person that you were yesterday. Every single night when you go to sleep, can you say that you were better than the person you were yesterday, the person that you were a year ago, 5 years ago? And are you headed toward the person that you want to be in the future? So I hit $1,000 for the first time in March of 2018. It's crazy to think that was almost 7 years ago now, guys. I never would have imagined I would hit 220 this fast. Even when I hit $10,000 in May of 2019, I felt rich at the time, right? But looking back, each time you hit each of these different milestones, you really start to see what you are capable of in life, and even if it's something that you could have never dreamed of. I can honestly say after 7 years, cow pounding has really started to take control of my portfolio. There's days when the market will go up just a couple of percentage points. In the past, this was only a few $100s difference, but now, if this happens, it's a couple $1,000s the pendulum swings. Of course, it also works the other way, right? If the market goes down, it's not fun seeing your portfolio go down thousands of dollars. One thing that I also want to highlight about the days that it took to reach each of these 10,000 different milestones is, other than the back-to-back 69s here, it took me 545 days to go from 120 to 130K. This was because 2022 was a big red year for the market. But that was actually a time when I doubled down. I bought more stocks on discounts, stocks that have done very well, that I've made a good profit on so far, just because I was buying when others were selling, and I just held on to great companies, great businesses, and it's paid off very well. So there's going to be times where you have to be very, very patient in the stock market. The stock market doesn't just always go up. So let's take a look at that cow pounding, guys. So I started off the year 2024 at 168K. I wrapped up 2024 at $219,000. That is a $51,000 increase in just 1 year. Now, of course, some of that was my money that I added in. I try to add a few $100s every single week, but most of that was my portfolio doing all the heavy lifting. I also beat the overall market by about 10%, which really helped. I spend hours every single day reading the news, researching stocks to ensure I'm getting as big of an edge as possible. In order to be the 1%, you need to be willing to do what 99% of people won't do. Most people are not going to put in the hours every single day reading and researching, but that's where I know I can get ahead. Now, contrary to what some high yield dividend warriors are saying, you don't just pick stocks based on what's giving you the highest dividend yield. That is a recipe for disaster. But part of the reason I was able to get such a nice return in 2024 was because of the cow pounding. You see, all the money that I had previously invested was hard at work while I wasn't. It's an army of dollar bills working for you, right? I go to my 9 to 5, I'm working there, but then when I clock out, my army of dollar bills is continuing to put in work. They don't get tired. I have investments in Coca-Cola, in Apple. Products are still being sold even when I'm sleeping, right? I'm still making money. Now, what am I going to achieve in 2025? Hopefully I can cross the $300,000 mark. Now, that might be wishful thinking, but all things are possible with stonks. I mean, after all, I definitely didn't think I'd hit 200,000 in 2024, but I did, and I beat it by a good margin, actually. Now, of course, many of you are high-yield dividend warrior investors. Now, the great thing about dividend investing is that it's very passive. You get income in your pockets very regularly, whether it's every quarter, every month. There's money coming in. And I try to buy very good, high-quality businesses that give dividend raises that do not cut their dividends. And you can see this is my progression of dividends every single year. So my first year of investing in 2018, right? I made just $85. It's absurd, but at the time I thought it was so cool that I was just making money from doing absolutely no work. When I first learned about what passive income was from YouTube, so many years ago, I was like, this is so awesome. Like, I need to get more invested in this. That's what I spent all my time doing. 2019, I made $265. I now make more than that or close to that every single month. It's pretty crazy. 2020, right, we start having worldwide diseases, but I was still making close to $1,000 for the year in passive income. As my income from my 9 to 5 increased, I was able to invest more and more money, and then my companies just continue to do well, and my net worth just keeps going up here, guys. 2022, I made $2,200. 2023, I was at $2,700. My goal for 2024 was just to eclipse $3,000. I ended the year with $3,091. Dividends are consistent. It's a continuous replenishment of the funds that I need to pay living expenses. And invested in the right companies, they will give me a pay raise every single year. That's why I'm already excited for 2025, right? I know my floor is gonna be $3,000, right? But my ceiling is technically uncapped, right? I can make way more money than that. It's probably gonna be around, if I had to make an educated guess, probably around like $3,600. But who knows? It might be even more than that. Year over year from 2023 to 2024, that's about a 12-ish, 11-ish% raise. It's still higher than inflation, so I'll take that. Of course, you want to keep getting those double-digit raises every single year. Now, I'm still in my 20s, so the majority of the buys that I make are for growth-oriented stocks. So these can be stocks like, Amazon that don't pay any dividends, or they could be like Google, which pay dividends, but it's like a super small amount. And then I also try to buy income ETFs to boost my annual dividend income. But again, for me, just because of my age, I'm more focused on growth because I want to keep hitting a higher net worth while I'm still young. So guys, every single year that I do YouTube, I actually make this year-end review video. I just keep showing how much I keep making in dividends. New records are being set every single time that I make these videos. In December, I made $471. That is insane. Almost $500 in passive income. Every week when I add new stocks and accumulate more shares, It's honestly just starting to become autopilot at this point. Now, the $3,000 that I made this year in passive income, that's not enough to live off dividends in the United States, unfortunately. Though it actually is more than the average annual salary in some countries. As hard as that is to believe, the strength of the US dollar goes way further in some countries. It's a lot more lower cost of living, probably a little less developed. I now have enough money to cross these countries off the list. I now have enough money to live in India, Uzbekistan, Bangladesh, and I'm probably not going to drop everything I'm doing to just, go out and move there. But once I get to that $7,000 number, that's actually enough for the average annual salary in Colombia. I may seriously drop everything I'm doing and go live there off $7,000 a year. And I'm obviously just going to move there for the warm weather, of course. Y las mujeres caliente. Need more inspiration on your dividend investing growth journey? Every year I give an updated pivot table of how the investments have done over time. I hope every investor on their journey also makes a spreadsheet. You can do this for free on Google Docs. It's on every computer. And just write down what companies paid you dividends, the amount, and the month and the year. And once you start tracking your progress, you can really start to assess and see how far you have come. Just look at this here, guys. Some of the A companies I own. We have companies like Apple that paid me just $5 my first year of investing. Now they paid me $42. Some higher paying dividend companies like AbbVie, $4.80 7 years ago to $117 this past year. Even growth stocks like Applied Materials barely pays dividends, right? But just the more and more shares I own, the larger that dividend amount is. They pay me about $76. And a business development company like Ares Capital, they actually paid me $155 this past year after paying me just $2 my first year of investing in them. So I have this broken out by every single company. It's a pretty powerful tool, guys, to see how much companies are giving you every single year, more money in your pocket, and most importantly, the amount every single year just keeps going up. But wait, it gets even better. I broke it down by how much I made every hour, every day, every week, every month in dividends. So guys, first year of investing, I was making just a penny every single hour. Then that increased to 3 cents, to 10 cents, to 18 cents, to 25 cents, to 31 cents. This most recent year, I was making 35 cents an hour every single hour of the year for literally just existing. It's like the planet was paying me for my existence. 35 cents every single hour, that's pretty cool. So that means in the time that I've spent recording this video, I've already probably made like 10 cents. Every single day, just for waking up, I now make $8.47. You can see that's kind of went up by about $1 every single year. Every single week now, I'm making close to $60 every single week. I love that these numbers are just going up. And then of course the monthly, this is the one that people really put emphasis on so they can pay all their monthly expenses. I'm now averaging $257 every single month. I love that the numbers just keep going up and up. I just really want to emphasize, guys, 7 years ago, I knew absolutely nothing about stocks or investing. You would be shocked that even though I have an accounting degree, this is stuff that I never really learned anything about in college. I learned everything I needed from YouTube. I didn't need to buy an expensive course. Just keep binge watching enough videos on YouTube. It needs to be good quality creators though, people that are not just trying to make a quick buck off of you. I would of course always recommend people check out my videos, but there's plenty of other great YouTubers that you could learn so much from in this space. And what you really need to focus on is getting that investor mindset. Because copying, stock picks, that's not going to help you, right? Like I was able to buy a lot of stocks like Nvidia in 2019 at great prices. They're not necessarily great prices in 2025. The news is constantly changing every day. So copying stock picks won't help you, but copying and expanding upon that investor mindset, that is what's going to help you. The mindset remains winning, but it will be challenged every single day. So make sure you're joining the Discord link in the comments below. We have some great minds in there wanting to help you. I want to thank my newest YouTube channel members, David K. I appreciate him double dipping now on Patreon and YouTube, and Joaquin. Their support really means a lot to me and helps this small-time YouTuber, small-time channel keep making videos. Who knows where I will be tomorrow, but we're writing this chapter in our storybooks, one page at a time.
Are we going to find a dead body in Jay's office? Probably not. So guess what? Yilmaz's going to be around.